Good morning, Brian. It's Thursday. So, again, sorry this is so late. The weekend sort of got away from me, and evenings got away from me with all of the things I've been having to do lately with trying to get ready for the holidays and all of that. As you know, I usually bake cookies around the holidays and bring them in to people, my office people, as well as you guys. And so Sunday, I spent about 10 or so hours in the kitchen baking cookies, and Monday night and Tuesday night, I was decorating them, and it was just a big task. I think all told, we're making over 300 cookies this year, which is a significant amount. So that definitely took up a bunch of time. So I apologize for being late, but that's okay because here I am now. Sorry, I'm a little bit weirded out by like this little slice of light here. It's like cutting off my chin. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I haven't talked to you in the last couple days, but we did hang out over the weekend and had a nice board gaming session on Saturday, I believe. It was a lot of fun, especially because we played two games that we had already played before, which I feel like sometimes the first time you play a game, or even sometimes the second time, it's hard to really get into it because you're just still trying to learn all the rules and remember all the rules and get a feel for how the game plays, and you haven't really had time to develop a strategy or to be able to like think ahead. Like, it's sort of like when you're learning to walk, and not that you remember that, but like first you're so preoccupied with like remembering like I have to put one foot and then the other foot, and I have to stay balanced and pick my foot up appropriately so it doesn't scrape the floor and trip me, and I have to watch out for anything to trip on, and I have to you're actively aware of all of those little foundational things. You're not able to think about like, oh, there's something over there, let me walk to it. You're too busy like focus right here. And I feel like sometimes the board games are like that too. Like you're so busy thinking about each individual step that later will all become subconscious, sort of like how you don't think about walking now, you just walk. But at the beginning, you don't really have the ability to think about all of those things down the road. You don't really have the ability to plan or strategize or get a feel for the game because you're so focused on just the basic, how do I do a turn? What do I do? What are the things that I can do? And so playing games that we played before was really nice because, at least for me, I was able to really be a little more comfortable and be a little bit more involved in the overall feel of the game and the story of the game, the plots of the game, and not so thinking about like, wait, how do I do this again? What do I do on my turn? Can I play a person there? What does that card do? Like, I was just able to be like, oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay, well, here we go, and have more of a big picture plan. And that was nice. It was also nice just to get to hang out with you and Todd as well. I know also, Brian, we've been talking a little bit about like the idea of New Year's resolutions or things we want to do in 2018, and I think part of the thing is that that feels weird about New Year's resolutions is that people, it's sort of an arbitrary thing. Like, yeah, our calendar resets January 1st, but like that's no different than any other place we are in our evolution around the sun. It's a day that happens to be the beginning of the calendar. But because of that, even though it is arbitrary, we sort of imbue it with importance. It subjectively feels different. January 1st feels different than March 15th or than, June 2nd. Like, January 1st feels like a beginning, even though it's arbitrary. And so that's part of the reason why we New Year's resolutions are a thing and starting over is a thing, because we have maybe arbitrarily picked this date, but then we have imbued it with subjective and cultural importance. So that's one aspect of it. And while I don't usually do New Year's resolutions because I feel like, well, if I'm going to try and do something better, I should do that thing better. And like this year, like I tried to read more, and I did read more, and I started that in like June, really. So I usually am a little bit different or weird about New Year's resolutions. However, it's hard to argue with the fact that, like, if you want to do something to better yourself or to increase your enjoyment in life, like, you should do it. That's not a bad thing, even if you're doing it at an arbitrary time. Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at thinking about that. A couple of the things that I've been thinking about related to that are less like New Year's resolutions and more like goals I want to have for 2018. And those may seem like the same thing, but and maybe they are, who knows. But like I mentioned last time, like I think I haven't been running as much lately, and so I need to get back into that, and I want to get back into that. And I think that setting like 1,000 miles in 2018 is a neat goal. Again, it's arbitrary. 1,000, that distance is only important because of the arbitrary way that our measuring system works and the arbitrary way that our numbering system works. sort of arbitrary. But the fact that it's a base 10 numbering system means that 1,000 is an important number, more important than like 987 or 1,112. But it's really just whatever. But it's still a neat thing, and that's a lot of miles, and that would be a cool, attainable goal to have. I want to keep up this streak of trying to read more books. I think I've read about 25 books this year in 2017, and I think I might try and aim for 50 in 2018. But things like that are the sort of the things that I'm trying to do. That I'm thinking about related to the whole New Year's resolution topic, as well as just trying to do better about being more mindful of the way I spend my time, which is a theme I've been doing all throughout this year as well, trying to spend less time on needless things that just waste time and more on meaningful things that enrich my life, and trying to do better about that. So yeah, I think that's probably about it, Brian. I'm going to go ahead and stop this and post it, even though it's super late, but I look forward to seeing your vlog whenever you post another vlog after this. The schedule was sort of screwed up, sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing your vlog and seeing you very soon, because we're very close to Christmas. Have a great day, Brian.